Hey, hope you're doing well. Quick thought, just a little bit of perspective and analogy I've been thinking about recently. The last several months, I've been doing a lot of road cycling to keep myself in shape. Been enjoying it a lot. And I've been noticing as it's only my second season doing road cycling, and I'm noticing a lot of things about how to position myself, about tempos, about effort levels, about heart rates levels, like about the whole thing. I've been learning a lot and just noticing a lot. And one thing I've been noticing that's really important is where to keep my eyes. If my eyes are looking out ahead too far, like if I'm focused too far down the road, like literally, a lot of what I do is on 50 mile an hour roads with like a shoulder on the side. So I'm going maybe 16, 17, 18, maybe 20 miles an hour. And I'm getting passed by cars going 50 miles an hour. And so it's important that, that I focus on the right thing. If my focus is too far down the road, then I miss what's right in front of me. Little adjustments that are important because maybe there's some roadkill right in front of me. Maybe there's a pothole that I really need to avoid. I'm riding on really thin, like road cycling tires. So I really don't want to hit anything substantive, even like cracks. I want to avoid if possible, because if I don't do that, then I might run into trouble like immediately, like right in front of myself. On the other hand, if I keep my focus too close to me and I don't notice what's happening up in front, I'm going fast enough. If I'm going 20 miles an hour, that's fast enough that if I'm not paying attention far enough down the road, then I might miss something important. Like there's a car pulled over in front of me, or maybe my turn is coming up. And if I'm not paying attention to that and I can't properly plan for what's further down the road, then I might find myself coming upon something really important way faster than what I expected. And so I need to keep my eyes somewhere in between, far enough in front that I'm able to plan for like the big picture, but not so far down the road that I'm unable to make adjustments in the very short term as I'm coming upon stuff pretty quickly, like right in front of myself. So I'm finding that the ideal balance is probably like 20 or 30 feet in front of me. I don't want my eyes to be right down like 2, 3 feet in front of my bike because I'm going to miss really important information about the big picture. But I also don't want my eyes to be 100 yards, down the road all the time, because then I'm missing what's right in front of me that I need to avoid and navigate. So I think this is really, really analogous to like other important things that we're navigating throughout the rest of our lives. Tennis improvement. Let's just say tennis improvement because that's what we're all here for. If you're constantly focused on what's way down the road and you're looking, so let's define that. Let's say 5 years, like, oh man, hopefully I hit 4.5. And that's my goal. And that's my goal is to hit 4.5. And all you're fixated on and focused on is that like big picture goal. And you're at 3.5 now. So it's like way down the road. There's a lot of steps. If you're not at all looking at what's right in front of you, you might miss navigating some really important pitfalls. And also you might miss some really big opportunities that if you were focused a little bit more immediately, you would easily see, but you might pass it up if you're focusing too far down the road, right? And so in tennis also, if you're only immediately focused on what's right in front of your nose, let's say your next match, and it's like all your attention is on, all your focus is on, I've got this big match on Wednesday, and then the next Wednesday you have another big, if every immediate thing is like so big and occupies all your time, all your attention, all your focus, then it's impossible to do a good job of navigating the big picture and making sure that you're directionally moving in the way you want to go when all of your intention and energy and focus is all just totally focused on the immediate, what's like right in front of your nose. So, what's the right time horizon to focus on? I don't know the answer to that exactly. But you don't want to be overly fixated on what's right in front of you. And you also don't want to be overly fixated on way down the road, like the big picture. You have to balance it out. Otherwise, you might miss what's right in front of you, or you might miss directionally you might miss directing yourself accurately in the big picture direction you want to go. And you don't want to make either mistake. And sometimes you kind of have to bounce back and forth in between, and that's totally fine. But I think a lot of tennis players will get caught up in either the minutia and the very fine, immediate kind of stuff, or they'll get totally caught up in like the big picture, and they can't navigate through what's in front of their nose. So don't make that mistake. Think about this, give it some thought, and just ponder like what's a good time frame for you to be focused on. And of course, like it's not binary. It's not either or. It's not short term or long term. We have to be aware of both, but you just don't want to get overly fixated on one or the other for too long of a period of time. Hopefully that's helpful. Thanks for watching. I'll talk to you again soon.